Welcome back to my channel. This is the Divine Path. So today I want to share some thoughts and see if anyone out there resonates with my beliefs or my thoughts. It's hard to say beliefs, because when you say you believe in something, it sort of sounds final, like this is what I believe. But with me, I try to keep an open mind and be adaptable to what I believe or what I think, because something could come along and change my perspective, and I'm a human being. We're not perfect. We can change our minds. But anyway, what I want to share with you today is about the player characters in our world. And by player character, I mean people that are seemingly playing a character in our existence, and how to spot them. So this one I came to fairly recently, this thought. For a long time I didn't really see what these people were doing, but I've had some clarity recently about what I think these people really are. And I believe they're playing characters. They are playing a character. And what I'm talking about is people like Andrew Tate. By the way, this is 2023 February. I'm not sure of the date exactly, but February 2023. Andrew Tate. Now, this is a popular individual in our world at this present time. Very popular, very dividing. If you haven't seen my first video, watch that, about the divide, right? Media always try to divide us. But this is another guy, this is actually a person that divides other people, because he has very strong stances on certain subjects. His stance is this is right and this is wrong. And whenever you do that, whenever you make those statements, this is right and this is wrong, you're going to divide people. So he is, in my opinion, a character player, a player character who is here to divide, right? And in my opinion, he is here for another reason, and that reason is basically to create what I call sheeple 2.0. Okay, if you don't know what a sheeple are, they're basically people that are asleep. They believe everything the TV tells them. They don't think the government is doing them wrong in any way, or they don't think there's anyone behind the government. They're just very much asleep, basically a zombie walking through this world. That's a sheep, or a sheeple. So with this Andrew Tate character, who he is appealing to is basically people that are not sheeple but are smarter, that are a bit more clued up. Especially young men, but also young women and women in general, and the general population. Like, his message is towards people that are not sheeple, but they're a bit smarter. They're a bit more, say, right-leaning than left-leaning. You have, left-leaning people that are that believe in all this crazy stuff, like that it's okay for transgender men dressed up as women to be reading to preschoolers and doing dances with kids around, showing their ass and whatever, their penis or whatever, like and these left-leaning people believe like in all this white privilege and all this mental shit, reparations, and basically Andrew Tate is appealing not to them, but he's appealing to the right-leaning crowd, the crowd that know that these left-leaning people are crazy, but he appeals to them in a way to convince them he's basically like a god figure, or like a daddy figure, right? A dad figure, a father figure. He appears to these people like a father figure, right? And that's clearly the case when you see so many young people flocking to this guy, because that's the main message he has, is for young men. He's always saying, young men, become an entrepreneur, get all these bitches, get all these girls, you can do whatever you want, escape the matrix, right? In quotations, escape the matrix. Don't work a 9 to 5, come join my Hustlers University and we'll make you money, we'll turn you into a man. You've got to do 500 push-ups a day, all this, right? Now, some of this advice is okay, like to work out, not to settle for 9 to 5, but to start your own business and make money so that you can enjoy your life, make life easier. That message is good. Okay, that message is good. But the problem is, he is sort of purposely causing a divide. He's saying to these young men, it's okay to get with 10 girls, and it's okay if your girlfriend does OnlyFans, she just has to pay you a certain cut. Now that's not okay. Everybody knows it's not okay that girls sell their body. We'll get into that video, maybe the one after this, because that's a great topic to go into. Okay, OnlyFans and how women today are selling their bodies. But anyway, I'll stay on track here. He promotes the degeneracy. Okay, he's not all about the good. He's not all about getting fit, young men getting fit, getting strong, starting a business, living a good life. That's the start, and that's what draws people in, because young kids are like, young guys especially are like, fuck yeah, this is what I want to do, and they start following him, and they start believing everything he says. And then he comes out with, this is a good idea. Get 10 girls in an apartment and have them all on OnlyFans while you get the majority of the profits. You know, so he promotes degeneracy in that sort of way. He promotes degeneracy in the simple fact that he promotes guys, just to have as many girls as you want. You know, don't have a girlfriend, have 10 girlfriends. If you've got the money, hey, have 10 girlfriends, it's all good. Now, of course, that's appealing to young men, right? What young man wouldn't want to have a boatload of money and 10 women, 10 girlfriends, right? But it creates a degeneracy. It creates a society that simply doesn't work. How does that society work? This guy has 10 girlfriends and that guy has 0 girlfriends. You know what I mean? So it's sort of promoting these young men to indulge, okay, to focus on women and sex and money, and that's the be all and end all in life, you know, because that's what he's promoting, is what you should achieve, what you should do. You should make money, get with a load of girls, buy material things like watches and cars, and, you know, party and all of this. And that's the lifestyle he says is good, you know, is good for young men. But, you know, of course that is fun, right? I'm not telling anybody that they shouldn't like to party, that they shouldn't like to have sex with beautiful girls. You know, that's all good. That's all good. Of course it is. Of course that's cool. But, and, you know, we get a lot of pleasure out of that. But what I'm saying is, life's not all about that. Life, in fact, is very, very, very short. It's extremely short. And so if you're going to do that, also know that there could be a downfall with that. You could get stuck in that lifestyle and, you know, wake up one day when you're 40 and you're not really happy because you don't have a family. Okay, you don't have one loving girlfriend or wife. You've just got a bunch of bimbos around you that don't care anything about you. They care about your money. They don't care about you. And yeah, again, like, I'm not saying this lifestyle should be looked down upon. And maybe using the word degeneracy as a little over the top, you know, because this life that we're presented with, you've got to have fun, you know, you've got to play and have fun. Of course, part of life is playing, is enjoying, is having fun, you know, fucking girls, all of this, you know, having a yacht, going out on the ocean. Sure, you know, that's, I'm not saying don't do that, or don't, or I'm not putting down people like I'm this fucking guru who has had no fun in his life, he just meditates. No, I'm not doing that, okay? But I'm saying there are pitfalls to that life, alright? And I'm saying that success is not measured by how many supercars you own. Success is not measured by how much money you have. Success is not measured by how many girlfriends you have. But this is what Andrew Tate promotes to young, vulnerable minds. Right? You know, he also said something that was completely off the mark, in my opinion, right? This is only my opinion. this is me making these videos about my opinions, my thoughts. But he made a post after supposedly converting to Islam. And I say supposedly because maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He says he did. But who knows, right? I mean, like I say, he lives this lifestyle of drinking and partying and all of this, degeneracy. But let's say he is Muslim, whatever, that's cool. People can do what they want to do, right? But he put up a post saying that Islam is the one true religion. And the reason, he said, is because Christianity is mocked and Islam isn't mocked. Now, that's quite a silly thought, isn't it? Christianity is mocked and Islam isn't mocked. Therefore, Islam is the true religion because God would not let people mock his religion, right? That's what he's saying, that if Christianity is mocked, it's because there's no God protecting that religion. Therefore, Islam is the real religion because no one fucks with Islam. No one wants to talk shit about Islam, because if they do, people are gonna, Muslims are gonna be pissed off and come after them, right? That's what he was saying. Now, that is a very, very limited take on the subject. Extremely limited. In fact, I would go as far as to say that's stupid. But many people agreed with him, right? I'll tell you why it's so incredibly stupid. Because the media don't like human beings. The media promote division. Like I said in my last video, they promote everything that is bad for us. They are not our friends. The media are our enemies. Okay, so if the media are mocking Christianity, that doesn't mean the Christian God doesn't exist and that he's allowing that to happen. What that means is, if anything, they're trying to destroy the religion that people should follow. Wouldn't that make more sense? That the evil media are actually attacking the right religion. Now, I'm not here to say Christianity's right, Islam is wrong. Again, that's division, right? I'm not here to promote division. But wouldn't that make more sense? And as far as Muslims going after people who don't like their religion, and in some cases killing them for, mocking, in quotations, Muhammad, I mean, doesn't that just show that there's a lot more aggressive people in Islam? How does that prove that Islam is the one true religion? It doesn't. All it proves is that in general, Muslim people are more violent, right? That's the only thing it proves. It doesn't prove anything else except that Muslim people are more violent in general and will commit violence in the name of their God, right? That's all that it proves. Again, I'm not against Islam, not against any Muslims, but that's the only thing that proves. People not going after Islam because Muslims are more likely to do something violent to them. All that proves is that these certain Muslims from a certain country, or maybe from several countries, are more violent in general than Christians. That's it. That's all it proves. And I'm not knocking Islam. I'm not knocking any Muslims. I'm just saying that's all it proves. It doesn't prove anything about God. Okay, but Andrew Tate's followers believe it does. They get sucked into this thing where they believe everything he says. If he says Islam is the one true religion, you got a whole bunch of people that have bought into his ideas, right? Which again, let's go back. He starts off with good ideas. Young men, work out, make money, become an entrepreneur, learn new skills, build your own business, don't work for someone else. Those are all good ideas. But he hooks people, he hooks young men with those ideas, and then he starts doing this other thing where he's, have 10 girlfriends, party, live it up. Islam is the one true religion. I don't know what he's doing. And here's another thing that about Andrew Tate. Okay. He's the ultimate character, right? He's the ultimate character. You know why? Because he appeals to so many bases, especially now that he's, again in quotations, converted to Islam. Because Andrew Tate, he is half white, half black, right? So he appeals to white people, he appeals to black people. He's a mixed race man. Okay, so he appeals to two groups of people, and now that he's converted to Islam, now he's appealing to Islamic people, Muslims, right? So it's like he's purposely put this magnet on himself. It's like the controllers of this world have chosen him, saying, here he is, this man, he's an ex-fighter, so automatically a lot of guys are going to respect him, ex-kickboxing world champion. He's good looking, a lot of girls are going to like him. He's half white, a lot of white people are going to like him. He's half black, a lot of black people are going to like him. Now he's Muslim, a lot of Muslims are going to like him. It's like he's just, his character has been perfectly created to appeal to a mass amount of people. And here's where it gets to the sheep 2.0. The sheeple 2.0 is, now that he's got everyone believing in him, he can tell them whatever he wants. He can spin the narrative however he wants. He can say, this problem is caused by your government. Your government have made this mistake, blah, blah, blah. And you got all these people believing that. And the buck stopping with the government. But as I've said before, there are people behind the government, right? The government are simply puppets. The people at the front are simply puppets. Or he'll say something, pick the example. Now that everybody's believing in this player character, he can say whatever he wants and get a whole bunch of people believing in what he wants them to believe in. Not what he wants them to believe in, what the controllers behind the scenes want people in general to believe in. Okay, we're at 25 minutes now. Basically only talked about Andrew Tate and the player character, trying to explain to people what he's doing, sucking people in. And then we've got a new breed of sheeple, not a group of sheeple that are, believe in transhumanism and are pro-immigration and pro-open borders and talk about racism and sexism all the time. Not that type of sheeple, but sheeple that think they're smart because Andrew Tate taught them this shit, right? Andrew Tate taught me this, he taught me to exercise, he taught me to make money, and now he's teaching me this, Basically, they're trapping the smarter minds now. That's what I'm trying to say here. That's the message I'm trying to get out of what I think is going on. The people that are not currently sheeple, but are more right-leaning, are becoming sheeple 2.0 because they believe everything Andrew Tate says. Or another example is Donald Trump. They believe everything Donald Trump says. Okay, and again, Donald Trump is like a father figure. He's put there as a character to appeal to younger men or younger women in general. And yeah, they resonate with him because he's like this big guy in charge, telling them, all these statements that sound factual, that sound strong, and it's like, oh, he's a strong man, right? A father figure, Donald Trump. Now, I find some of what Donald Trump says is hilarious. Some of the things he comes out with are just really funny, right? But I separate myself from that. I go, you know what? That's funny. He called that woman Pocahontas, but I know what team he's on. He's not on our side. He's not on the side of the middle class man. He's not on our side. He's on the side of corrupting people. He's on the side of keeping people, the masses below, and the elites in charge. He's on their side, right? So Donald Trump is another one. Andrew Tate, Donald Trump, Ben Shapiro is another one. These Lex Friedman, even Joe Rogan to a certain degree is like this. They appeal to people. They suck as many people in as they can, and then they trap their minds. Okay, and people think we're smart. I'm smart. I listen to Joe Rogan. But all you're doing is giving all your energy to another human being. Joe Rogan has all your energy, and you can't be an individual. So the main message from here, okay, because this is going way over time, the main message from here is stop believing in these player characters and believe in yourself.